Hi, Pre-K. It's Miss Pat. I'm back today to read you some stories about snow. The first story we're going to read is called The Snowy Day. I know we had some snow here in Murfreesboro over our break, and I think in January and February we will have some snowy days as well because it's cold outside, and it has to be very cold outside for it to snow. So here's the story of The Snowy Day. This is the book that you will get for this month in your packet. Let's find out what happens on the snowy day. One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen in the night. It covered everything for as far as he could see. Crunch, 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 his feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointing out, like this, and he walked with his toes pointing in, like this. Then he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks. Look at that. So he didn't pick it up to make footprints. He dragged his feet along to make some tracks. And he found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track. So now this is the mark from his feet, and I wonder what made that mark. It was a stick. A stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. Look at that. There's snow everywhere. It must be very cold. Down fell the snow, plop, on top of Peter's head. That's funny. He kept walking. Look, he's making some more footprints in the snow. The white is the snow, and the blue looks like that's the sky. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys in their snowball fight, but he knew he wasn't old enough yet. Here's the big boys, and they're having a snowball fight. They're making balls out of the snow and throwing it at each other. So he made a smiling snowman. Oh, look. Isn't that a cute little snowman he made? And he made angels in the snow. Did you know you could lay in the snow and move your arms and legs? And when you stand up, it makes a print in the snow that looks like an angel. He pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great big tall heaping mound of snow. Look at that, he's climbing up the snow. And he slid all the way down. Whoop. He picked up a handful of snow and another and still another handful of snow. He packed it into a round ball, firm, and put it in his pocket for tomorrow. Then he went into his warm house. So he packed it into a firm round ball, put it in his pocket, and went in his house. He told his mother all about his adventures while she took off his cold, wet clothes. So he's going to put on something else because he's all wet. Before he got into bed, he looked into his pocket, but his pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there. He felt sad. There he's getting in his bed, and he doesn't have his snowball, so he's sad. He had tried to save the snowball. Does anybody know what might have happened to that snowball? He was out in the cold, and he came into the warm house. I think you're right. I think it melted. While he slept, he dreamed that the sun had melted all the snow away. But when he woke up, the dream was gone, and the snow was still everywhere, and new snow was falling. So he was sad about his snowball, but now he looks to me to be, you're right, he looks happy. The end. So those were his adventures on a snowy day. You're going to get one of these books, and in your packet, you're going to get a list of a scavenger hunt you can go on in the winter. You can look for an icicle, and if you see an icicle, you can mark it off. You look for a pine cone, snow. This is something you can work on for several weeks. Maybe we won't have any snow this week, but I think we'll have snow soon, so hold on to your paper. Animal tracks, when squirrels and cats and when my dog goes out in the snow, they leave some tracks in the snow. A sled, some of you might have a sled that you'll get out, or you may have a neighbor that has a sled, so you can mark off sled. A snowman. Frost. Frost is the white stuff that gets on the ground. It's not really snow, but it's when it's very cold. It's kind of like between snow and ice. Mittens or gloves, that they keep your hands warm. An insect. There are still bugs around. Berries. A lot of the leaves have fallen off the trees, but the evergreens and the berry trees, a lot of them still have berries on them. A feather, because they're still the birds, they're still out in the winter. A squirrel, I have lots of those in my yard. An evergreen tree, those are trees that are green still even, they're always green even in the winter. They don't lose their leaves, and they look like Christmas trees usually. A snow shovel, a scarf, a warm scarf to put around your neck. Firewood, people need firewood to make fires to be warm. A nest, a bird's nest, there's nests out there. A pom-pom hat, well, any kind of a winter hat, but have you ever seen the hats that have the big pom-poms on them? The big ball on the top? Any kind of hat you can mark off for that. Chimney smoke, when it's cold outside and that hot smoke comes up, it makes a track. A footprint from a person's foot. A bird. I have a lot of cardinals in my yard. You could look for a bird. You can also look for a bird feeder. And a snow plow. So if we do get snow, there's the big machine that comes by and makes way for the cars and the people to walk with a big snow plow. So that's one of the things you can do. You also will have a sheet where you finish the snowman. Look at that snowman. To draw a snowman, you might make 3 circles, a big one, a middle size, and a small one for his head, but he needs some other things if you build a snowman. He would probably need a face, maybe some buttons, maybe some arms. A lot of times people use sticks to make arms for their snowman. A nose, and what kind of nose would be a fun nose to make? You're right, a carrot nose, an orange carrot nose. Put a carrot nose on there. That's something that you can do at home, and maybe your mom can send me a picture of it or put a picture on Dojo of what you did with your snowman. And you have this sheet about cold and hot. We're going to talk a lot about things that are cold and things that are hot. So we look at, there's a snowflake, a snowman, the sunshine, hot chocolate, ice cream, an ice cream bar, and a candle with fire on it. So you're going to color all the things that are cold blue and all the things that are hot red. And your grown-up can help you with this. And anytime you do one of these papers or you take out a piece of paper and make a painting or a drawing on it, always try to write your name. It may not be all your letters. You may only know one of your letters. Or your grown-up might trace it, write it with yellow, and you can trace over it like we do at school. But always try to put something to show that it's yours. And the last thing is you'll get a piece of paper to just draw a snowman. And I want to see what kind of snowman men you come up with. So that's another piece of paper. Those will all be in your packets, which you'll have on Wednesday. And I hope that you have fun. Bye-bye.